What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another Monster Hunter video. In today's video, we're going to talk about Power Mantle, what it is, what it can do, and have a special build for it, of course, with the switch axe. But before we do that, if you're new to the channel, make sure you sub and make sure you give this video a thumbs up. And if you're just coming back, thank you for coming back and welcome again. So first and foremost, what is Powder Mantle? So Powder Mantle has 3 different levels. As we can see here, level 1, you get sent flying when wreathed in red powder and you'll receive explosive damage. Attack when in blue for an explosive finish. 2, reduce required hit count. 3, further reduces hit count. So I'm going to explain what all of this means, okay? So we currently have it here on level 3. So what they mean is when you attack the monster, just you keep on attacking over and over and over. You will see, if you just look at my body here, you will see I get this orange or red blight, whatever color you want to call it. So now you see I have this orange blight here. If you just wait 15 seconds, this orange red blight turns blue. Now there's a few things that I want to talk about between the red one and the blue one. So they still work whether your weapon is sheath. As you can see, I just turned blue. But you can run around unsheathed, sheath your weapon, it doesn't really matter. These things don't change in that way. Now the way that these do change, we're going to focus more on the red one first, red or orange one first. If you happen to take damage while you are in the red state, you will lose this status. Okay, it's kind of like blast. I wonder if you can actually roll it off. I don't think you can. Okay, that was just another quick test in the video. But if you get hit in the blue state, you're totally fine, right? And as you can see, it goes back and forth. So you get hit in the orange state, and as you saw, it had a little blast radius. So let me show you what it can do as well. And again, we're still talking about the red/orange state here. So we're going to be getting that state here pretty soon. Maybe a couple more hits. There we go. So if you happen to be close to the monster in your orange state and it hits you, you emit blast damage. As you just saw, we hit them for 120. That's in the orange state. As you just saw previously as well, in the blue state, if you get hit in the blue state, you do not lose your status, okay? And I did some testing, so while I was in the orange state, I maybe counted a little bit. It was around 15 seconds or something like that until you get your blue state. And like I said again, the states don't change unless you get hit in your orange state. The blue state, however, whenever we switch over here pretty soon, what this does is it allows you to get one big blast damage. See, now we're blue. And then you saw the 499, that was the blue hit. And then it just goes away. So you have to just make sure you're getting all your hits in. And then once you get in your red state, you want to make sure you don't get hit. And if you do get hit in your red state, you want to make sure that you're close to the monster. Because, like you just saw, the damage gets hit on them. Now, whenever you're in blue state, I've noticed whatever number you get, it's very consistent. So with this current build that I get, it's always going to be 499. And I'll show you once we turn blue again. It's always going to be 499. Always. It doesn't change. Now, depending on your build, of course, it might change higher, lower, maybe more blast status or any of those things. But so that's how Powder Mantle just works as a whole by itself. Now, I want to get into the build that I just made where I incorporated this. And I want to talk about some changes and things that I would love to do. And some changes that you could just do by yourself if you want to. So of course, we are using the almighty switch axe. By far my favorite weapon. If you don't know, and now you know. So let's get into our our equipment info here. So we are using Magnum Malo, the Scorn Magnum Malo. We're using his switch axe because it gives you a little bit of blast. It also gives you purple sharpness and 340 attack. It's a power file. On here we have Teostra's Soul, and what Teostra's Soul does is slightly increases damage dealt by blast explosions. As I stated before, this is a blast build, so we're trying to do as much blast damage as we can. And on this, we have critical boost and blast attack. Okay, now we go into Teostra headpiece. We have one power mantle, powder mantle, one weakness exploit, 3 critical eye, 1 critical boost. None of these things are augmented, but if I could get them augmented, I would like to have Teostra's Blessing, which, you know, just makes your explosions, I think it increases the status and damage. Now next we have Risen Teostra's chest piece. On here we have 1 powder mantle, 2 Wex, and then we have 4 critical eye. I slotted in 1 crit eye and 1 Wex, I believe. Next we have Risen Mizu sleeves. So this comes from Chameleos. As you can see, we get Chameleos' blessing. This is from Risen Chameleos. You get build up boosts, which if we go look at it now, it increases attack power when using or when you land attacks that build poison, paralyze, sleep, and blast. Of course exhaust is there, but we're not talking about it. I think I only have this on level 2, so right now I get 15%. Here we have Risen Teostra's coil. Of course, with your last powder mantle, you have 2 master touch, 2 ballistic, 2 evade extender, and 1 rapid morph. I put in the rapid morph and I put in the evade extender. I like to be able to move around, dodge, and, you know, kind of stay safe. Next we have Risen Chameleos's legs, or boots. We have the next build up boost. We have Chameleos's blessing, evade window, attack boost, and speed sharpening. We put in attack and 2 speed sharpening. And then my charm here, we have 3 attack boost with 2 rapid morph. And I slotted in bombardier because I thought it did something, but I don't think it really does do anything. So in total, this is what we're looking at. 7 crit eye, 4 attack boosts. I would like this to be higher. So when it comes to like crafting, maybe you can aim for attack boost as well. I just think attack boost and Teostra's blessing will be the best things that you can add in here with your crafting. Crit boost, Wex, blast, speed, rapid morph, of course, because I'm using the switch axe, it just makes sense to use this. We have this full. Master's touch is pretty nice too, grants 40% chance of no sharpness while active. Now the switch axe, whenever you do your big blast things or you do your little file attacks or whatever, it can take away a lot of sharpness. So if this procs, that's really good. Ballistic, not super important for me. If you're a gunner build, great. Evade window, like I said, I like to dodge. Evade extender, I like to iframe if I can. Chameleos blessing, this would be better if it was Teostra's blessing, but we're using Risen Chameleos' thing, so it just kind of comes with it. So next we have build up boosts. As I stated what this was before, we get that extra 15. This doesn't do anything. I thought it did, but it does not. At least I don't think it does. And then we have Foray, which is just a part of, you know, the build here. You know, we don't have any of these blights. Maybe we can, yeah, right, we throw something on them and then we get the attack power, actually, so that would work out good. Now, something you can do, instead of using Risen Chameleos, you can opt out and you can use the regular or I guess this is still master rank. This is master rank Teo. You have Teosha's blessing there, and you have Teosha's blessing there. You'll get critical boosts and critical eye and crit boosts. But the reason I didn't use them is because the slottage isn't as good. Here you have a 3, here you have a 2. If you go down here to Kushala, you have a 4-2-1 and a 4-1-1, right? So this is just better in my personal opinion, right? With what I'm trying to do. Oops. So, you know, we get a lot of damage off. Everything works good. Our blast procs off. They proc pretty easily. I really love this build. If this video helped you understand what Powder Mantle does a little bit better, make sure you guys sub to the channel and like the video. If you're going to use this build, please let me know. I hope you guys use this build. I love the switch axe. I think it's the 4th to last weapon used by all hunters, and I really want more people to use it because it's such a phenomenal weapon. It's fast, it's strong, like it's that in-between weapon where it can kind of do everything, and now it has that delicious counter. Everything's perfect. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You guys have a good night, good morning, or good afternoon, wherever you may be watching this at whatever time it is, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.